Come on in. The first memory that I have of painting and artwork, I was 5 years old. I went down to the basement. My father had some kind of studio, lots of boxes and paints, and was doing oil landscape. I used to crawl down to the basement and go into that little studio room and grab the paints and look at all the amazing colors and sniff the oils, and wow. And that smell of the oils lasted me, that impression lasted me forever. In grade school, finger painting. I remember being so happy, finger painting, wow. But art didn't really take precedent over anything. It was something that I didn't think too much about. I didn't think of making it a career. I didn't think of, I just did it. It was an escape. I would find myself busy with crayons on the floor, on the chest of drawers, on the walls, on the door frames. And I had an average home life. My parents argued just like any other parents. And to escape the frustration at home at a young age, I would paint. I found myself escaping painting. Then you go out in life, and I was attracted to performance art, acting. So I took acting classes. I found a lot of enjoyment, a lot of expression, a lot of excitement. It was something maybe I could take it to make a career out of this acting. So in my teens, I went that direction. I took some acting classes, and then went to do auditions at 16, 17 years old. I was going to these amazing film studios and being on set for, doing background and extra work, and then the modeling kicked off, and I traveled to Europe, and I was doing fashion, working with these very talented artists, very professional photographers, art directors, designers from all over the world, in Milan and Paris and Greece and New York, Miami, Los Angeles. I mean, it was a thoroughly exciting life. And towards the end of my 20s, I couldn't decide what to do next. So my family, they have a painting decorating company, so I'd always be on some kind of painting decorating job, and I developed that relationship with my family where I can come and go as I please, and I would paint with them. And then the travels continued, not in fashion, but in restlessness. And many times I would find myself escaping with a pencil and a sketch pad, and maybe make those sketches into paintings, and not very prestigious, on a piece of board or a piece of wood or anything I can find. And house paints, you can find house paints everywhere. You just use what you have available to you. And that's how I developed my art. And after modeling, I wanted to go into the artist community, and I just hung out with artists, and we painted, and we had our own style. Some were trained, some weren't trained, but it wasn't for the need for approval. It was to keep ourselves busy in the day. We found ourselves the freedom to do what we wanted to do, and it was a great community. and life begins, and you have to pay the bills, and you have to find a proper place to live. And so I went into painting and decorating with several different contractors, and I always found myself attracted to paint and do art. And that was the one thing that I stuck with all the transitions. And after years of wandering and wondering what the hell's going on here, I found myself with an opportunity to paint again, and on canvases, and take it to another level where I'm actually paying attention to the materials that I'm using. And that's what I find myself doing these days. I find myself as an artist, living out the artist's life, and I enjoy it very much. Here we have a new series. Starts January, February this year, 2024. I had a breakthrough with these pieces. Drip, splash, and pour. Spontaneous, meditative. This is something I worked on yesterday. I had a participant come in and splash some white paint, the paintbrush, just splash. And if there's something that becomes real, something that brings me in, to give myself some curiosity, this developed into some kind of horse. I saw it happening, so it intrigued me. And this is with that other series. Drip, splash, pour. These were done on the table or on the floor. And then we go over here. Again, some splash, some drip, and some tracing, outline, to discover what it will become. Many times I just follow through with tracing and filling in the spaces, not thinking about too much at all. Really just keeping occupied. If you want to take a risk, take a chance, take some spray, keep it busy. Then take your time. Again, splash, drip, tracing, filling in spaces, adding on, taking off. Works in progress. Something I'm diving into here. It was just really just keeping the flow. I wanted to have that flow. I was dancing to the music and enjoying myself, and poof, a flamingo. Maybe I'll work with the flamingo. Maybe I'll work with something else. Turn it around. Try to find something that makes sense. Something to keep me into the painting. It could be just more scribbling. It could be filling in some spaces. It's a lot of work. This one is ready to go for drip, splash, and pour. Filled in the spaces. I kind of reversed the process. Instead of splashing and dripping and pouring first, I did basically a sketch of something that was active, and then I filled in those spaces, and then I overlaid again, filling in the sketch, and a little bit of splash, but it's ready to be dripped, splashed, and poured. Over here, these are all a new series in the studio. This was very active painting. This was just wanted to spread my wings. There was music on, I was playing, I was enjoying it. I added another color, I put in some fluorescence, I grooved this in white and then black and then layered it with yellow, and all the attention was going to the center. I wanted to break that. So I put a black box. What does it mean to have a black box? I don't know. It kind of led me to maybe making a sign, sold or for sale. But it was a black box.